This is the One Piece King here today. So basically though, I know that I went and talked about like Pokemon in the last video, which was something new. Um, I mean it was something new. I think I did get a comment on that and everything. I don't know. I think I think people, probably, might enjoy that content as well and everything. I mean, I know I've been getting a lot of requests of doing not I think it was something like a podcast or something like that where or not a podcast. I mean, well, it was either a podcast or something like that where basically it was a vlog channel is what it was. It was basically to start something of my daily life basically. And I mean, okay. Let me tell y'all though on an interesting well not an interesting note, but more of like, just something that I feel about it. I do agree that I could do that, but I think the only reason why that making it more of a vlog channel really or something like that is because of the fact that I'm doing this like recording all on the phone and I understand that that's probably the route to go with it. But I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad idea. I think it's great, but at this moment in the point of time, um, it's just this is how I started out and everything just in the beginning when my channel was, created with, by me and my friend Levi. Um, but it's just like the vlog channel might be for the future where if I was to go and get me like a laptop or something, like maybe a laptop or maybe my own, desk and computer and basically, make my videos like basically doing it from a computer that way, it'd be very different. And plus I think I could probably make really cool edits or something, or not edits, but it's like it's not edits, but basically though it's like maybe, I could do a lot more basically. Like maybe even add in thumbnails myself and everything, or maybe thumbnails that could be like, helped made by friends and everything, give them credit and a lot of stuff like that and everything. Maybe even have like intros made too. That's also on another note though. Enigma Kage, shout out to him. There was actually during a time where it was I think it was like last month or two, because now we're in May. Um, the thing about the thing about intros and everything, like he has his intro and everything. I love it and everything because it at first I couldn't really tell where the intro was coming from. I think in the beginning whenever I watched his videos and stuff. But then I started to realize he got the music and everything from shoot, I'm trying to remember if it was like an opening or an ending of Black Clover because I know I have that the English version. Yeah, I have the English version on my SoundCloud and everything. It actually sounds really good though. It sounds really good. It catches on to me and everything. Black Clover also has like one of the one of the really cool ones. I'm really gonna watch the series. Um, but he like I think on Twitter one day he actually went and suggested something about like something about his intro or something. And I don't know if it was like a change of intro or something, or basically asking people like, "Hey, I did want to make a change to an intro. How would you like? How would y'all feel about it and everything?" Of course, I gave my opinion. Like, well, it's like that'd be really cool to have a change of pace and everything, because sometimes you can't always keep everything the same. Things need to evolve and change like throughout time because you don't want to keep the same things forever and everything. Like with me, until all this corona quarantine stuff kind of clears up and everything, which it's hopefully gonna clear up in the next month and everything, which I think everyone would be happy if that happened. um by the way, I think next video I am gonna actually make a video about my opinion of the corona. I know I said that like probably a couple videos ago or so, but I definitely am gonna make a my own opinion on that and everything, how I feel about it. um but anywho though, I also did tell him I wish I could have my own intro and everything. And the dude was actually really kind enough to send a person that he knows and everything. I believe also made an intro for him before. But he went to go and send that guy my way on Twitter, and I was very thankful for that and everything. Although at the time, I was like in thought about it because I'm like, man, this is gonna be the first time I'm gonna have me an intro. I mean, I know I do these videos on the phone, but the first actual time that even if I do these videos and everything, like the way how I do it, I will have an intro for the first time. Like it'll be something really introductive and everything. It'd be really cool. Um, like I thought about that and everything, and I was actually wanting to do it. But then Enigma was kind of getting like some kind of, strikes or something, and it was about like his intro. I don't know if it was his intro and his outro. Um, but basically though, it's kind of like, YouTube was kind of copyright striking or something because again, the intro, the music was definitely from Black Clover. It was one of the openings or the endings of the series, or from the anime and everything, obviously. But yeah, they did give a copyright strike on him because of that. That's what I was afraid of because I was like, man, it's like I want to do a One Piece one and everything because that's what my channel really is more about and stuff. Like, yeah, I'll talk about other anime series and stuff, but One Piece is like the main sector of where, all this came to be. Like, once I really, discovered that, my whole life changed forever. Like I'm probably make a video talking about that story of how I even like, introduced myself to One Piece and everything. I will make a video about that someday. I will tell the story. It's a pretty long one because I went through a long journey of literally just knowing all the knowledge that I know. And it took me, forever, and it's still growing and everything. It took me like a long years and everything. This goes back to like a young me back in like I want to say like the seventh or the eighth grade, around there. It took me a long time though that I had to, have the growth. I had the growth of knowledge of One Piece. Just going onwards and everything and making it to this point where I am right now, to where it's like I have so many like headcanons. Like it's either headcanons of even the main story itself, like what could possibly happen, or even, headcanons of basically what I call my story, but this involves more of the One Piece Treasure Cruise, the mobile game, in which that's basically what I base off my story as and everything. Like my headcanon story is based off of that game of what I do in my adventures there. Um, which like we haven't really had a new story arc in that game yet and stuff. Like we're on the Whole Cake Island right now. We only just had two islands, like two story islands and everything. I completed both. We haven't got to part three of Whole Cake Island yet because I know it's gonna be a long one. It's probably gonna be like four. I want to say like 4 or 5 maybe, because Whole Cake Island became like the new, longest arc after Dressrosa. It was really long, but I know Wano's gonna break that instantly. Wano's gonna break that. It's gonna be like, bro, Wano's gonna be the hugest. It's like, oh. This is going by the time skip, by the way, and everything. Dressrosa was the first, and then it did lead into Whole Cake Island. But Wano definitely is gonna break that. But anywho, though, but yeah, basically, just creating all a bunch of stuff like that and everything. But it like the reason that the reason why I said that I didn't want to do, or at least I don't know if I said that, but the reason I didn't want to do the intro though, was because of the copyright strike, and I was afraid that was gonna happen to me though. And I think he understood that and everything. The dude, that was willing to go and help with that and everything. Of course, I would give credit to him and everything. I would also give the payment where it's due. But yeah, the dude really, he understood it very well and everything. He wasn't being aggressive at all and stuff. He was actually understanding, like, yeah, I think I get you and everything. Like, I think he probably was informed, probably, like, yeah, it seemed like that was happening, but I think the best thing you could do is probably just, add in, like, maybe an instrumental. That way it won't be, like, copyrighted for anything, because like, that's like trying to do any other song and everything, whether it's an anime opening, ending, or an actual song, but doing just the instrumental, you really can't get copyrighted for that, I don't believe, because if you can, that's also messed up. But if you can't, great, because I'm just like, it's like that's gonna take me a while to get used to, like, I have one instrumental in mind, And this goes to Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, and it is the ending 5 or 6. I don't know if it had like 5 or 6 endings and stuff. You know, like the ending outros and stuff. I don't know if it had like 5 or 6. One of them was called Ray of Light, and I loved it. Even with the lyrics, I did love it. Um, but even the instrumental, it was like, dude, like the best, like best in both of them. It's like they know how to do this. Um, but yeah, that's where it was going from there and everything. I didn't go through with it and stuff, and here we are. Um, but like I said before, though, it's not that I don't want to do the vlog channel. I do, but it's not the time yet. I know y'all want me to do it because I'm doing it this way. I understand, I understand that basically all y'all are just basically like, come on, like, it's been like quite some months, man. Like you started this channel like what, back in like October of last year or something? Or well, I don't know if it was October of last year or if it was like the year before, but I don't think I progressed that much in the video making yet whenever I first made it. Um, but whenever I did though, I know all you during that time were just like, dude, vlog channel is probably gonna up, your base there. It's gonna up it up. And I understand it will, but to me though, it's more like that's not the right time yet and everything. The vlog channel would be more of a side thing where if I'm out and about and everything, like say if I was on a trip somewhere and everything, like I'm not at home, I'm out traveling somewhere and everything, like having a nice vacation for myself. I mean maybe with a friend and everything because me and a friend of mine named Gage, definitely we're gonna travel a lot together. We really are. Um, Basically like my best friend from like junior high and stuff. Dude really knows me well. I know him well and everything. But we basically got each other's bags. Um, but anywho though, yeah, basically, but if I'm out and about and everything, just doing vacation and stuff and all that kind of stuff. Definitely, yeah, I would have done the vlog channel around there and everything. I would have definitely been like, it's like, well, ladies and gentlemen, like I am in, I'm either like in Tokyo, Japan. I would basically show y'all around like like what's up with the place and like, what's my adventures gonna be like. Like doing it that way because I think that's how the vlog channel is really going and stuff like out and about kind of thing. Um, but for right now, it's just the setup, it's more like it's small. The setup is small because I still have just my phone to record the videos and stuff. Although you guys do love that, I understand, but it's like I think you guys are wanting me to evolve more, and I understand. Because I definitely do want to evolve more. My room and everything, when I did the room tour video and stuff, I know you probably did see some stuff, in that video and everything. Some stuff that it really isn't mine and it doesn't belong in the room that, I sleep in, and some of it that does belong in my room and stuff, like, basically belongs. Um, but the idea is that basically, whenever the time comes right, I will definitely go and get me a lot of new stuff and everything. I'll definitely get me a TV in my room and everything, so that way it'll be like, hey, like a cool setup to where I can chill in my own room and everything. Of course, I'll, get out and everything to chill with the family and stuff and see what's going on. Um, but basically making it to where like my room is like a paradise for myself and everything. Of course, I will be out of the room and everything and enjoy myself outside too. But yeah, yeah, boys. The room will be my own man cave. It will be the Dylan's man cave. Next time, if I ever do get all that stuff and everything like the TV, possibly a mini fridge for myself and everything. Yes, I'm willing to go that far. I am. If I was to go get the TV, the mini fridge, even my grandmother suggested like get yourself a microwave and you'll never come out. I'm like, you know what? I might do that. I don't really know if I'll do the microwave or not. I think that probably might go a little bit too far and stuff. Like I don't want to be cooped up in my room all the time. Like sure, I can make my man cave a paradise for myself. But at the same time though. it probably would be like, yeah, it seemed like I've accomplished everything that I wanted to do as of this moment. Like, yeah, it's still small. Of course, I want to accomplish more. But definitely, it feels like, yeah, I've accomplished a lot of what I wanted, to have. So, yeah, I really wouldn't be so happy with that. I'd be like, oh, it's like, oh, this doesn't feel right and everything. Like, I'm still keeping all of it, but it's just, this doesn't feel right. It's like I'm still missing something, you know. And I think that something would definitely be like, going on and about, like out and about and everything, with family, with friends, and basically just trying to, like basically have the rejoice of, happiness and everything. Because on a more emotional level or something, or more of a mental level and emotional level as well, I think the same. Yeah, the same thing, really, sort of. But anywho, I know this may shock y'all. Probably y'all may, comment and be like, "Are you okay?" Um, I mean, I am and stuff, but it's just this was like maybe a few days back or something. I think this was like around last week. Um, Something happened. I'm trying to remember what it was, but something did happen though, and it was like, it was like a reminder sort of, basically go back to like, my younger years. My younger years were like decently fine and everything, but they weren't always enjoyable. They weren't. Some of it was and everything, I'll admit, it was fun. It was basically something I could be happy for, but some of it was more like, no. And basically that's where it led to. It led me to thinking about that because there was a certain something that did remind me of that and everything. I don't want to say what it is, and I don't want to say what it is. I don't want to think about it because that's basically gonna put me back in the same situation of today. Um, but basically though, it led me over to basically just asking around and everything, like, am I truly okay and everything, like, am I truly fine? I went and asked my friend Gage about this and everything, and he told me that no, it seems like you still aren't, buddy. It seems like you're still, you're still going through a lot and everything, and your time will come. Your time will come whenever, all that will just go away. You won't have to worry about anything anymore. You can literally be, you could be living a free life. You could. No worries at all. You would be carrying a smile on your face wherever you go. Nobody would be able to upset you ever again. And, it's like I did listen to that, It was him, it was other friends that I have and everything. Anime Warlord, also, who, like, basically shout out to him and everything, check out his stuff. He's also subscribed to my channel as well and everything. But him and, like, him and our group and everything, we call each other the otakus and everything. Pretty awesome group. We now just added a new member and everything. She's nice. They helped me out with stuff and everything the same way. And, it was more like, they were really trying to help me and everything because compare myself to the rest of them and everything, they kind of already know what's going on, what's got going on with them and everything. They kind of know. I am more of the one person, just sitting there and everything where I don't know, you know. Um, and what I mean by that is that basically, though, it's like, kind of like what I said. I could accomplish so many things and everything. I could feel very successful, but at the end of the day, it would feel like, man, even if I did all that, it still doesn't feel like I could be happy. It's like something's missing, you know. Um, yeah, and basically that's just what it is and everything. It's more of like trying to find, it's finding it, it's finding, my happiness key somewhere. I don't know where that is and everything. More of a figurative way to speak of it. But yeah, it's just I don't know what to do. And, it's just I know everyone around is, trying to cheer me up and everything, trying to keep me positive about it. Even, some close friends of mine even understand on a personal level of, what I'm really all about and even what I was, about growing up and everything, like going through school life and stuff. Even my friend Bree and everything, I did talk with her, like basically way back whenever me and her used to chill at her place, like basically not a whole lot, like not all the time, but it was like a decent, like number of times that, I got to hang out at her house and stuff. But I did, like basically kind of just speak with her and everything and basically try to, tell her like, look, I'm not gonna hide this anymore. I'm basically just gonna find out and be honest. It seems like whenever I was like going through the high school and everything, I know I tried to be positive looking, but I really wasn't, you know. And she's like, dude, that is the same. That's like me with our friend Sean, with like, some of my other friends and everything. Some in which you know and some in which you don't know. And I'm like, yeah, it's like that's fair enough to say. That really is. But I tried to explain to her like what I mean by that and everything, and she understood it very well and everything. She's just like, dude, it's like, you serious? And I'm like, I'm not joking. That is exactly how I've been feeling all this time. Um, and basically what I told her was that, I mean, I know this is gonna be, something I don't really like to talk about as much and everything. I don't put it out there explicitly, really, and everything. But basically, though, I, you know, I guess by, public of the world, I have been labeled as someone as like a, as a special person, basically. Quote unquote special. Um, of course, if you want to go and ask about it, leave a comment below if you want to. Um, but, if you're more understanding, like, oh, that means you have something and it's, kind of like you're trying to cope with it and, it's just, yeah. But at that point, though, I've already went through therapy for it and everything. I've learned to cope with it, and it's just, it's more like at that point, I really, could care less of people thinking me differently because I have it and stuff. It's not like I really was asked to be bored with it, but it happened anyway. But with me being the special, like being labeled as a special person by the public of the world at this point right now and everything, it all really depended on if people really wanted to look at me that way. Some in which actually didn't. My friend Bree is one of those people. She never looked at me as one of the special people. She never did. She's like, well, shoot, it's like they label you as that, basically as, something in the school. But in all reality, though, you're the same as everybody else, like, you're a person. That doesn't make you any different. And, she's right. It doesn't make me any different because, like, it's not like I was, like, literally thrown into that group of, like, special kids or anything. Like, no, I basically, went through, basically I went through, school life being as, a normal kid, basically. It was hard, because, yeah, again, being labeled as one, it doesn't really get you much anywhere else because with me, it barely got me any friends and stuff. I mean, I had me my good, group of friends and everything, like, going throughout, but it wasn't like a huge group or anything. It was more like a small group, and yeah, it was more like I was more looked at as like, really? It's like, where did this guy come from? Shove. Like, that's exactly what happened, just flat out just shove. Um, but that is exactly, what happened and everything, and, for people like, Bree and other friends of mine and everything, close friends and even, ones distant, like, my buddy Warlord there, they all understand, that and everything, and, it's more like they understand why that I feel like, the way that I do is because, that, it's literally just that. And they don't blame me for it at all and everything. In fact, they're more looking at, the people that went and did that, and they're like, dude, if they understood, like, if they understood, we're not gonna be asking them to like pity you or anything, because that's wrong. We don't want them to pity you to be nice on purpose or something. Like, basically not. Like basically it's like not an intention to be nice because it's more like, yay, we get to be friends. But in all reality, yeah, they would speak behind your back and be like, yeah, yeah, sorry, that guy right there, we're not friends. We're not friends at all. Um, yeah. That's happened about a couple of times and everything, and I believe that was like through junior high, I believe. Yeah, I believe that was like through junior high and everything. Even high school as well, that happened, where I thought, some people were my friends and everything, but stuff happened, and then I got the real, know the real true nature of them, and they weren't. But I left it as that really and everything. I was mad about it at first and everything. But after going through therapy and stuff, my therapist was telling me like, it's like even if they weren't your friends, like they weren't your true friends in the beginning, like they just did something stupid like that. That doesn't mean you have to stoop on their level basically and just say like forget you completely. No, that means just don't even acknowledge them completely and everything because just don't. If they want to go and apologize for saying something like that and everything, only to, at least have somebody, that's going to be on your call to go and basically say, like, okay, I can forgive you, but it's going to take time for the friendship to build. Or you can make the decision where you basically, just don't even answer them. Just basically tell them, like, no. Like, I thought you were my friend, but, like, just having the thought of, like, I thought you were my friend, but in all reality, you never were, and just not even making a response to them. Just having that thought right there and just walking away. I mean, I've had that thought about a couple of times and everything where it's like, kind of like scenarios, really, where it's like, yeah, the people that do basically just the ones that basically just did what they did, and basically it's like if I ever see their face again, it's more like they try to act nice and basically be like, yeah, it's like I know I screwed up, I know I messed up and everything, I know I made you pretty mad, pretty upset, but can we put that behind us and everything, like it never happened, like, still friends, like, like me, it's more like, I don't want to be responsive about it because it's more like I don't even want to remember them at that point because it's like, for people that really just, want to go and mess with me and stuff, like act like they're my friends, but in all reality they're really not. That really just puts me at that point where it's like, why did I even meet you in the first place? Like, I wish I never did. I wish we never met. I wish we never became friends because, the whole memory of that is just gone. I don't remember you. I would just leave it at that. Just, I don't know you, and it'd be more of their choice to basically, either lash out and say, yeah, you do, I caused you, like, I caused you pain, like emotional pain, and I'm trying to fix it. Like, you know, I basically, just trying to do something about it. But me, I mean, I used to be that type of person though that would want to do something about it to fix it, but things have changed where I just don't want to do anything about it anymore. If I lose in touch with a friendship and everything, I would more of I would more of like want to understand what's happening, like why is it breaking? Um, but basically though, if they tell me like, look, I feel like we just haven't been talking that much anymore. We haven't had much communication anymore. I think that I think we're just splitting apart, buddy. It's like, I'm sorry. It's like, oh. It's like, is there anything I can do to fix that or something? It's like, I wish I could say you could, but, at that point, though, I don't know where that would go. Like, it wouldn't be, like, anything I would get mad over and everything, as long as they tell me the reason and stuff, and it's a really good reason, and not just one to make up and everything, to ditch me for, like, people they think are cooler later. I would respect that. But yeah, if they did do the other route where they just basically tried to say something like that, but just ditch me for cooler people, like I noticed it later. Yeah, I would definitely just be like, yeah, it's like don't come crying back to me if those guys, like if those guys basically look down on you and think of you as like someone lesser than them. Because if they do, yeah, I'm sorry. That's basically what you try to do to me and everything. You thought that basically I'm a lesser person than you. You thought you're cooler than me, but in all reality, though, everybody's cool on the same level. People could try to act cooler and stuff, but it's like, really? Really? They could try acting that and everything, but once they really prove themselves to be a cool person, there's a difference. That's the proof. But, just kind of just looking at them and idolizing them as cool people, like that's a different thing too and stuff. I mean, I do it with this one guy named Zodic and everything. I sometimes refer to him as Zodic Sama on Twitter, but that's because the guy's real nice and everything. Dude has like he's like a guy that would ask people so many questions and know their opinions and stuff. Like he's like that kind of guy. That's why I respect him because it's like, you know, people feed, him the opinions and stuff and it's more like he understands and respects it and everything. And I'm just like, man, I like this guy. Like this guy does deserve the respect and everything. Like, kudos to this guy. It's like everyone is, I mean, at this point right now, whenever the minute he shows up, like the minute that he goes and shows up, in a tweet somewhere, like if it's a One Piece tweet, or I guess in this case with me, if it's a anywhere tweet, I guess. Well, I wouldn't say an anywhere tweet and everything. It's more like a tweet that I'm just around in. Um, he would be responsive to that and be like, interesting. Like he would understand, and I'd be like, okay. It's like, see, this guy follow around and everything, But even then, before that, the time of making this video, I actually did tell him that, I wasn't really much of a popular person and everything at all. I really am not. I'm not, Sometimes people could tell me differently and be like, dude, it's like the minute people see your face, you're like the symbol to keep everybody happy. Like if I got anything like that, I'd be like, uh, it's like I don't know when this happened, but you're welcome. Like you're welcome. That's cool. But no. If I was like a famous person though, maybe at some point before I would have definitely been like, dude, dude, it's like I'm one of the famous people. But right now though, I'm more of a balance of that, but also, being a balance of like I'm more chill about it where it's like, you know what? I'm like one of the most successful people in the world. I've done all what I needed to do, and that's it. That's really much it. That is pretty much it right there. Nothing else. Um, but I did try to explain to him though that, and I was trying to tell him like, dude, people look up to you. Your name is, your name literally people refer to you as Zodig-sama. I don't think of that as a joke. I think people are legitimately really saying that. Like they're being serious. Because if it was a joke, I would have been like, now I feel wrong for saying it now because I'm not treating it as a joke. I'm being serious. But I think I get the same feeling as everyone else that calls him Zodic-sama because that's what they do. And I'm thinking it is a serious thing and stuff where, with that. But he's on the same level, of what I just spoke about just now, where it's like, yeah, it's more like, thanks, like that, thanks for saying that, but he really doesn't feel it. And I understand, why he doesn't feel it and stuff. It's because more like he's not wanting the fame to go to his head and stuff. Like, he's not. He's real calm, like a real calm, chill person and stuff. He really knows what's this, like, what's up and what's with everything else. And I respect him for that. I do. I really do. But, with how I grew up, though, with, basically just being as a special kid though, um, it did lead into, yeah, it did lead into things where it was like I didn't know anything better. Um, it kind of led into a lot of that with situations where I didn't know, any better of what I was doing at all. Um, I didn't put that as an excuse. I really didn't. It was, like I didn't put it really as an excuse. Like I didn't know what I was doing because it's like I did it, you know. But it's more like I didn't understand, the meaning of it and everything. But again, I didn't put it as an excuse. It was more like I just didn't know and everything. And once people tell me, it's like, oh, like okay. And it's like that makes total sense now and everything, whether it be just one of my mistakes or it's more like, it's like I did something, yeah, but it's like I did something where it was like it was so great, but it's like I didn't even, know what I just did and everything, where it's like I go and cheer up a person, but that's because I just felt like I wanted to do that and everything. Well, not felt like, but it was like, to me, it felt like it was the right thing to do it. That's why I felt like doing that, because it was the right thing to do. Others, would look at it more like, dude, you may have just saved a person's life. It's like, really? I more of just gave them like small encouraging words. It's like, that's all it takes. It's like, you saved this person's life. It's like, how can we ever repay you? It's like, um, I don't know. Just a thank you is fine. It's like, okay, a thanks, thank you. We can't say anymore, but just there you go. I'm like, yeah, that's kind of all you guys need to do, you know. Yeah, and I would be on my way and stuff. It used to be like that and everything, to where I would just randomly just do things and stuff. Whether, I mean, where some of it was good and everything. I mean, I had my bad too and everything. Trust me. But even where the good was too and everything, sometimes I wouldn't even know what I'm doing, and it's like, you know. And it's like whenever I finally realize what I did, it's more like, oh, I mean that's cool. I mean, this is more speaking into the route of where, I mean, last time I dated somebody was like back in August though. I will make a separate video of that too and everything discussing that. Because I'm pretty sure I think people would also be curious about the dating life that I have too, or unless I made a video about that already, but maybe make a part two of that. But yeah, I mean, sometimes even going on that route and everything, it's more like, I don't even realize that, with me finding the person that I go with, it's more like, yeah, I went and kind of just, saved them or something, right? I did something right. In which they even tell me, they even told me, I did have this one. I did have this one named Serena and everything. By the way, though, um, she was one of the good ones, though. I will admit, Serena was one of the good ones, though. I wish her the best. Um, just like all the other good ones I've had, I wish them the best too and everything. The bad ones, I think the bad ones really need to go and just kind of rethink things a bit and be like, okay, I made mistakes, I did this, but I'm not gonna do that anymore. I'm gonna fix this, I'm gonna fix my life there and do things right. It's like, good, good. That doesn't mean I'm gonna take you back though, but good for you. Um, but as for Serena though, when we used to date, um, Serena actually, told me though that it was like she was so depressed and everything that it was like she was depressed. Serena was depressed where it was like, just she felt like nothing was really going for her that much and everything. Like she had so much going on and everything. But whenever I came by to just cheer her up and everything, at first that's what it used to be and everything. It was just to cheer her up and everything. I was being nice because it was like, well, it's in my nature. It's in my nature to be nice and everything. If I'm mean or if I'm angry and stuff, I don't like that. I really don't and everything. Some people want me to be that and everything, whether if it's like they just think it's funny, yeah, whether if they think it's funny, which it's not, because having a mad me is not funny. That's like, that's like this wall right here. Okay, that's like this wall right here. If I was like angry enough, I could probably punch a hole through this wall probably. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what my actual anger strength is. I don't want to test that either. I don't. Um, and others more would want it to be like for other reasons if you understand what I mean and everything. In which case, one of my exes named Tay, she was really all about that sort of like she was into something else, but it was also about that and everything. And each time when I would be mad about something, yeah, you could tell where that was going and stuff. She's just all like, I like it when you're mad. And I'm like, I don't. It's like, you don't understand. An angry me is like, just, that's like explode, like an explosion. Alright? I don't like that. I like to be my calm self to where, I can relax and, keep a focused mind and stuff. Because once I go angry, I can't focus and, just everything goes out of control. I don't like that. Like, good thing I went to therapy for that because, again, kind of helped me through those issues and everything, and actually helped me find a better way of how to settle that and everything. So, I thank my therapist for that one. I really do. Um, but back with Serena though, she told me that basically it like since I was the reason that that I came along to her and everything. Um, it was like I was more of just like helping out and everything. I mean, we've had a lot of our falling outs and stuff, but before we did, and she told me this whenever it was like after we had our falling outs and stuff and everything. I think this was before we even left and stuff. This was like maybe about like weeks, probably a week or two back before we even like split apart and stuff. Um, or maybe even longer because she wasn't responding that much and everything. We were doing a distance relationship, but it wasn't working that well and everything. I think we both figured that out and everything. That's the problem with me with like a lot of this. I don't have much close ones and everything. I had like three, and all three of them basically just went to go find other guys while I was dating them. It really sucked. Yeah, it really just was messed up and everything for me. But I wasn't mad or anything about it. It was more like I expected that to happen. Not the first one, but the second and the third, it was more like, eh. It's like, you know what? Fine. It's like I wasn't, wasn't like that anyway. Um, but with Serena though, it was like she was trying to explain to me though that it's like someone as caring as I was and everything, like caring for her and everything, and only for her. She was like, that's the greatest part about you, and it's the reason that you actually helped me truly smile for once and everything. You actually just, helped me, just, kind of not be upset or angry at a few other stuff and everything. And I'm like, oh, it's like, I honestly didn't know that I did that. She's like, yeah, you did. I'm like, yeah, and I feel like with all those falling outs, I feel like I screwed that up. And she's like, yeah, you kind of did, or you did, but, it's just, I don't know. It's like, it kind of feels like maybe you have something going on your end too and everything, It's like, and I think I did come to that point where we did have to and stuff, but at least we were honest to each other and basically, said what we had to say to each other and stuff. Um, because she told me that it seemed like I would probably need some help figuring stuff out and everything, like fixing some stuff out for myself and everything. And she was right, I did. But she also said that even for her, that she needed to fix some stuff out for herself and everything. And, but it's not like we hated each other or anything, like, we were mad at each other and everything and just split. No, we were calm about it and everything. I was a little upset that she left, but but basically it was kind of like we both knew it was for the best. We may both have cried on the inside just a little bit. We may have done that. Okay, I know I did. I don't know about her, but maybe it did. Maybe she did. Okay, maybe she did cry. Um, but yeah, it was for the best. We had to split and everything. We said our goodbyes. Um, but the memory is still there. And it was nice. It was a nice time. But like I said though, I hope everything is going well for her. I hope everything is, being the best for her at this point. Because if not, I'm not saying I would jump straight back in and basically be, just doing that all over again. I wouldn't do that. I basically, would just be giving the best for her all this time. Just like I would the others. I would do that too. Because, it seems like they struggle too and everything, and it's like, you know, um, whenever, I used to keep in contact with this other one though. She was German. Yeah, I'm not going into detail with that story right there and everything. I'm just gonna say it was nice. Her name was Jewel. I actually pronounced her name as Jule the first time because it was spelled Jule, so I thought it was pronounced Jule, but it's pronounced Jewel. So I'm like, oh, like the gem, like the gemstone called a jewel. She's like, yes, and I'm like, oh, it's like I feel so stupid. She's like, no, 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 no. It's like, okay, it's like, I say your name as Dalen and everything, like Dalen or Dylan. It's like, how's it actually, said? Like, how do you actually say the name? And I'm like, it's Dylan, shoot, it's like, how can I say this, like, perfectly as an example? Because with yours, it was a good example, like a gemstone. I think I had to take a part of my name, the DYL, the dill part, like dill pickles, basically. I was real stupid to even really reference that right there. Um, but I had to though. I had to be like, okay, yeah, it's like it's DYL, and I know like dill pickles, like the product, it's spelled DILL, but replace the extra L and the Y, or not the Y but the I with just the Y, just the Y, and there you go. All right, the land part and everything like Dylan, Dylan, I guess take that as you will as another example, but at that point though I tried to make it better and stuff, and she's all like, "Oh, I think I get it," and everything. I'm like, "Good, good, good, good. We're understanding each other now." It's like we finally got our names correct, and she's all like, "Yeah, I can't believe for so long you called me Julie," and I'm like, "Yeah." I felt so stupid saying that, and she's like, it's fine, still, it's actually, like, she actually thought it was cute for me saying that at first and stuff, but, she thought it was funny, and I was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, but she had some issues on her end and everything, she was dealing with school, she's doing, more college stuff and everything, I think it is college stuff, yeah. Because in Germany the schools are very different. I had to learn that the hard way from her. I'm just like, dude, I'm like, I'm getting like a German lecture of how the schools work. She's like, yeah, and you're lucky to have me as the teacher. And I'm like, you're right about that. Um, you know, but basically though, yeah, the system is very, to me it's complicated as crap to, like, it's complicated to me because it's like, how can you understand that, like someone that doesn't live in Germany, but she understands. It took me a while to think it through and stuff, and I'm like, oh, this way works this way, and she's like, yes, it almost works the same way in, America where you live, but again, like some stuff, like some little stuff has to change. I'm like, oh, okay, okay, okay. It's like, I get you, I get you. But yeah, she had to go and deal with the college school stuff and everything. And she also had to go and I think she also was dealing with the job as well. I don't know if I think she did get herself a job. I don't know if she's just doing the school part or she's also doing a school and a job. Because if she's doing both, I would tell her, like, maybe you should just do the school part because doing both, it's going to put a lot of stress on you. That's like the lesson of what we tell ourselves here in America. Don't do, like, especially when it comes to like high school and everything. Like of course leading from junior high to high school, I believe is like around there because intermediate school, like the fifth and the sixth grade, I don't think you really get a job around there. Like you could probably get yourself like maybe a something small, like basically delivering like newspapers or something, like something small like that, like doing chores. But whenever you get to like junior high and even to high school, yeah, it will lead up to like the point where you could, get yourself an actual job, like working at somewhere. Um, but basically though, yeah, like we usually just say don't do both at the same time because if you do, that's like putting a lot of stress on you and everything, and don't do that. That's why I didn't do that. Like some kids when I was in high school were even asking me like, Dylan, why don't you have yourself a job and everything? Like, why don't you have all this stuff yet? It's like, dude, I didn't feel like doing that. I'm not putting myself like through a lot of stress, just to, get myself more stuff because that's something I could worry about later. Like after I get out of here. That's something I could worry about later. They didn't get it, but I was like, you don't have to. You'll find out. And here I am, out of high school, already got, my diploma and everything. It's sitting on my shelf. Yeah, it is sitting on my shelf somewhere. I gotta find it. Um, but I got my high school diploma. And yeah, I also got myself my job and everything, working at a pizza place called Mob Pizza. You guys, I don't know if y'all have any in your area. They pretty much appearing everywhere. But you guys should really try it out. It's really good stuff. But yeah, but I don't think she was doing both at the same time though. It's more like she has plans. She has plans of what she wants to do, but it's like she has. It's like probably the thinking is probably the stressful part and everything. Like thinking, what you want so much and everything, but it's like, man, but I got to deal with all this first. Like I got to deal with the school first. It's like yeah, that's why I didn't deal with more school and stuff. I didn't do college and stuff. Yeah, that's a big shocker, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't go to college after I went at like out of high school. I never went. So yeah, after it's been like let's see, I graduated out like around like 18. Yeah, like around 18 years old. I was turning 19 during that same year. It was like in the year of 2018, and here we are in 2020. So it's like been 2 years, almost three. Yeah, almost three, I would say. Um, but well, maybe about like a year and a half, because we haven't really hit June yet. My graduation was in June, so yeah, still waiting on that. Um, but anywho, though, yeah. Um, but it's been like a year and a half since I graduated and everything, and yeah, basically but basically though it's been kind of like I haven't really thought about college at all, though at first when I was younger I used to, but no, I'm not. And the reason why is because everyone was pressuring on it. Like everyone, my family, teachers, and even some friends of mine kind of were pressuring it on me and everything. Like, dude, like college will get you somewhere and everything. Like, it was so much pressure and everything. Like, so much pressure and everything. So much like they want me to do this and everything, but it's like, it's kind of like they don't ask like what I want to do. And whenever they finally ask that and everything, I told them I don't want to do that. And it shocks them. I told my mother that and everything, and my mother was shocked to hear that I didn't want to do college the first time I told her. And she's like, "Why do you not want to do it?" And I'm like, "Because to me, it just seems like kind of pointless just to do it because, I mean, sure, you can get yourself a degree in something and everything of whatever you like to do, but in all reality, though, it's like that's like going through high school all over again. Really, that is really going through high school all over again at that point and everything. Like that's the way I looked at it. Like right after, all the pressure of people just telling me like, dude, you should do it. That's how I looked at it. I just like that's really all it is. You're just going through high school again, but you're like much older. You're like, around your late teens, early 20s doing this and stuff. I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go through all that again because, it's like it's like whenever you're in college and everything, it's like they would have all these college parties or whatever. Like, of course, all the people would want, to do whatever they want and everything on college campuses. And if they were to go and invite me to all that kind of stuff and everything, I would reject it because I'm not all about that. And yeah, I would probably be messed with a lot and everything because of the fact that I don't like to do all that kind of stuff. I'm more keeping myself on a safe level myself. A lot of people would probably look at me like, dude, you need to live a little. It's like, well, I don't. It's like I can live a little my way. I don't have to do it your way. It's like, dude, how old are you again? It's like I'm in my 20s right now. Like I'm 20 years old, about to be turning 21. Like at this point, if I was in college, this probably would have been happening and stuff. I probably would have went through like so many years in college, probably like maybe like around the same year of like just the two, um, or like a year and a half probably. But yeah, though basically it's like they would ask me like what my age would be. I told them like yeah, around in my 20s. I'm like 20, about to be 21 in August here. It's like, dude, you need to live a little. Like you're an adult now. Like you need to do this. It's like you think I need to do it, but I don't. It's like the last time I checked, we had a freedom of speech, and my freedom of speech actually speaks for itself. So yeah, I'm not gonna go join your little party there and mess around. I'm not doing that. It like if y'all want to go and like have a couple of sodas or something and chill out and play games, like sure we can do that. But whatever y'all do and everything, I'm not being a part of that. Like I'm out. You know, because literally that's what my reaction would be and everything. I know that probably might shock a lot of y'all watching this video or something, but I mean, if y'all understand, give a thumbs up and everything. Give a thumbs up in the comments and everything. Like, if y'all understand, but if y'all don't, I am curious of what y'all have to say and everything because if it's more of wondering why, um, yeah, I would happily explain it. I would happily explain it. But if you like I said, if y'all understand and everything, good. But if y'all don't and want to know why, cool. But if y'all don't and y'all just really want to pressure the idea that it's like, yeah, the people that would tell you to live a little, they're right. You need to do that. It's like, no, I don't. Like that's exactly what I would tell y'all. I would exactly just say, no, I don't. Freedom of speech is a thing that never went away. Um, so there you go. But you know, but yeah. But you know, basically though, just I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do, no college and stuff. My mom and my dad, well, not my dad right now and everything. My dad is more like, do you and everything, like, do what you want to do and everything and be happy about it. That's how my dad is, right now. I'm like, thanks, Dad. That's all I wanted to ever hear and everything. I don't want to hear, you know, starting a business or, going to college and everything, getting a degree. I don't want to hear none of that. I want to hear basically like if you know your son well, like if you know what your son's all about and everything, basically embrace that. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear, both my mom and my dad to say like, son, if you're all about freedom, if you want to do, the One Piece thing and stuff and, do your own thing that way and stuff because it seems like that's what we're kind of reading off of you, do it. Embrace it. That is you. It's like, you do yours with the freedom carried on you because that's what you always tell us. If I ever heard that from them, I basically would probably be the happiest kid, or well, not really a kid, but someone that'd be like the happiest guy to actually look at my mother and father in the eyes, tears crying out of my eyes to tell them thank you. Out of all these years I've been growing up, this is what I want to hear. This is exactly what I want to hear. Like that's what I want to hear and everything. I don't want to hear anything else but for y'all to really just believe in me. That is all I want to hear, and I'm glad you said it. I would give them hugs, man. I would give them hugs and cry because, as I've been growing up and everything, like I said, this is all what I've been hearing ever since I've been growing up to basically become 18, to the point I would graduate out of high school, live the adult life basically, and do all that. Um, I never did. That's really the thing. I never did. It was more like my dad was saying, like, before was saying the business and everything, like starting a business, doing college, doing all that kind of stuff. And I flat out told him I'm not doing that. I've been hearing it too many times, and I had like a moment to, just sit down and talk with my dad, and I told him I just don't want to do it because it's just, it's like more school, and plus people are just pressuring me to do it. It's like I don't want to do that. It's because y'all want me to do it, not because I want to. You know, I don't want to do it for that reason. I want to do it for me. You know. And of course, my dad's response would basically, just be like, "Yeah, you would be doing it for you," and I'm like, "No, I wouldn't. I'd be doing it for y'all because y'all keep, demanding it so much. Y'all keep pressuring it. It's like, but me actually doing me would be like out in the world somewhere, not even worrying about, like colleges or anything else. I would be the free man, I'd be like the free man and everything, enjoying himself out in the world somewhere, wherever I wanted to be, and I'd be happy about it. I'd be happy about like just traveling out there and everything, finally getting, to know the world, and whenever I do, I can finally come back home and say like, yeah, I went through a journey. I went through a journey. I learned millions of things that I would have never believed. And yeah, I don't think I can fix any of that. But at this point, though, it's like, you know what? I learned it. That's all that matters, is that I learned it and everything. If there was a way to fix it, just even one, I would have told the world that. I would have told, like, I would have made it a public message to basically tell them, like, here's a way how we can fix, like, each other and not be, like, enemies but friends instead. Like, here's the way how to fix it. And then I'd say the way, because it's like, yeah, after all my travels, I finally figured it out. But at this point, I've been told millions of times there's no way that's not, like, that's gonna happen. But things could change. You never know. But at this point, though, I'm more of like I'm wanting to just travel and find out if there is. I'm just wanting to learn. I'm just wanting to go and find out. And whenever I do, learn through my own way and stuff. But whenever I do, yeah, I'm gonna basically be like, dude, after all the gens that we went through, all these generations that have been growing by on this world, there was a way, but no one ever saw it. Like, no one ever saw, like, seen the way. No one ever just did that. It's like, it's about time that I could say it. Just, like I said, just make it a completely just, public message and everything. All over the world will know this message, and whenever they do, they'll just be, like, finally understanding it and be like, dude, this guy is speaking true facts. It's like, what are we doing? It's like, yeah, what are we doing? It's like, see? It's like, now you understand. Like, this is the way how we can save each other. We can actually all become friends on this planet. We don't have to be enemies. It's like, this is okay. There doesn't have to be, like, anyone just being mean anymore. Like, we can all be friends. I mean, as a kid, that was my goal, basically. That was my goal, to basically have, like, where nobody would ever be judged, no one would be discriminated, just like I was. And basically everyone would be friends, like, everyone would get along with each other, no one would hate each other at all. Of course, like, my dad looked at me like, it's like, son, that's a good thing that you're thinking like that, but here's a really bad, harsh reality, though. Whenever you get older and you get to learn this, probably like in schools or something, through the history, that's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. There's always gonna be people hating each other. I'm sorry, but they're never gonna be friends. They're always gonna be fighting. There's always gonna be a reason, whether it be like, something important or stupid, but they're always gonna be fighting. It's like, I'm sorry, but that's just what's gonna happen. Um, I think I may have, like, upset myself at that point and everything. Like, I was just so sad, because it's like, that was like the one goal I had, was basically just have everybody to, not fight anymore. We could all just, be friends and everything. Like, everybody could be friends just like, on the circle globe that we call Earth in this world. Everybody could be, friends and everything. We can all, save each other and stuff. No one has to like, keep secrets from each other or anything. It's like we gotta all be friends and everything. Because, I know this is like randomly just going out there, like, just right out the window. Um but say basically like, if we had to deal with but yeah, basically say if we had to go and deal with like aliens or something. I know like yeah, I know people are gonna throw in the chat like in the comment chat right there and everything and be like, aliens? It's like, are you sure you're not going too far, buddy? It's like, no, 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 no. It's like, I may or may not, but, just bear with me. If we ever did have to go through with that, and if everybody was still fighting and stuff, like, it was basically just an all-out battle on the planet, um, yeah, it feels like those aliens would really not be, from space, they would really not be interested. They'd be like, let the Earthlings just fight it and everything. It's like, they even like our planet is better than this. It's like, you know what? We're going back. We're going back. It's like we were about to go and just see what your world was like to see if it was any better. This is completely just we don't want it. Or we not want it, but it's more like we don't want to go and land on your world and everything and finally just see this. We don't want to do that. And then yeah, they just go back. They just never come back ever again. That's just it. You know. Um or or basically like if the world was about to end or something, whether if the black hole was to happen and everything, the whole theory with that and stuff, like at this point, if the sun had ever exploded, people are still holding on to that and stuff. I'm more of just like, well, if it happens, well, shoot. It's like it feels like I may have to go and do the stuff I want to do pretty early on if that was to happen. I'd be like, well, gotta move, gotta move. Um, but yeah. But basically though, yeah. But basically though, if like if any of that was to happen though and everything, it's like everyone would blame each other just because of that happening. And that's not what I would want happening, really. I wouldn't want everybody just blaming each other just because a black hole happened. I'd be like, no, guys, that was random occurrence, okay? Like something out in space. How in the world could any of us went out in space and did that? We can't. We can't. Like, sure, we send people out in space sometimes and stuff, and they come back like maybe years later or something. But still, that's not. No! No one gets blamed for this. Nobody. Because none of us did this. Alright? Nobody did this, period. I can imagine that's actually what would happen and stuff. I can imagine that happening just, for a future reference and everything. Like, maybe if it was an alternate reality where if that ever happened like that, where, yeah, people would just start blaming each other just because of the fact of a black hole happening. Be like, like some random arguments happening around the world somewhere, and it could lead into like an all-out battle or something between them and everything. Um, and then the black hole happens, just out of nowhere. It just happens. And then it's like, oh, see, look what you did there. Like, look what you did there. You now caused a black hole. It's like, me? Like, maybe you caused it and everything, and now you're trying to blame me for it. It's like, you did it. It's like, you did it. And then they would just be fighting and stuff, but not actually trying to, save each other and stuff. Or actually trying to be like, we may need to run. It's like, yeah, we may need to do that. It's like, truce, truce. It's like, run, everybody run. And yeah, basically just everybody, running at that point, saving each other and everything, it wouldn't be like, fend for yourselves and stuff like, no. It'd be everybody saving each other, if that's what they would do. Um, but no, no, I don't know. More at this point though, if everybody was still fighting with each other and stuff, which that's exactly what's happening. Um, that's exactly what's happening though, like that's what it is. But I don't know. But I know I went pretty long on this video though. At first, to be honest with you, I didn't know what I was gonna be talking about really. But then it hit me back to that vlog channel thing and stuff, and I went and explained that, and I think I went and discussed more personal things than I did. But it's okay. It's okay because at least I had to say what I had to say. And it's a good thing that I did because if I didn't, I think, probably my mood would have probably really changed a lot and everything to where I really wouldn't either, like, I would either, like, not feel to post videos, like, that much, like, it'd be very slow, or it would just be, like, if someone wants to make a request and it sounds really good to do, but it's more like, I'm not in the mood to do it, where it's like, yeah, like if I was something like that, yeah, you could definitely tell I would have, something would be wrong, and I know a lot of people would be asking about that. They'd be like, "You okay, dude?" It's like, "What's wrong?" It's like, well, now I have to go talk about it. But it's a good thing I did here, though. It's a good thing I did here. But, I think in the next video, I think I'll probably be, probably making another Pokemon video, probably, or maybe talking about Jump Force because of the fact that we're now in the month of May. This goes more around the DLC and everything of Shoto Todoroki because, from now what I learned, summer now starts in June. It doesn't actually start in like a late May, and I thought it does, but it doesn't. It starts in June. So that's a my bad. That's a my bad. We're still in the spring season, folks. We're still in the spring season. Although in my homeland of Texas, my home state here, yeah, it feels like summer has already arrived pretty early, but hey, Texas weather. What are you gonna do? But but yeah, but in the next video, I most likely will probably talk about another Pokemon related thing, possibly what my thoughts would be for like possibly my thoughts of what would be for like for Pokepark. I mean, I know Pokepark is a concept that's never gonna come back. I don't think so. It was a really great, it was a really great game concept where basically you got to explore around and it was fun. And plus you were playing as a Pokemon too. You weren't playing as like a human exploring around, regions, catching the Pokemon, battling trainers, doing all that kind of stuff. Like, no, 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 no. Like, you were legit an actual Pokemon. You were, at first you were a Pikachu. That's all you really got to be for the majority of the game until the second one where they made it where you could be, the three Unova starters, which, honestly, I was like, well, we could have gotten, like the three Kanto starters or Hoenn starters or something. We could have gotten something and everything. Like some kind of starters we could have gotten for Pokepark the first one. Like we could have got that concept, but I guess evolving over with the second concept where we could have changed other Pokemon, that would have been, that was very cool. But basically though, I would more talk about like, what my ideas were for the first one, even though it's no good anymore, but it's still there. That goes for the second one as well. And even if they even think about like, having Pokepark make a return by making a third one where it features the Kalos Pokemon and the like Kalos Pokemon, the Sun and Moon with Alola. I don't know if they make those separate or the same. And this even goes for Galar as well. I don't know if they, I don't know if they would do a third one, but, for like the Switch. But if they ever did, though, that'd probably be really cool, though. That'd be the real cool concept to bring back, because I'd be like, boy, let's go. It's like Pokepark 3. It's like, it's coming. I can't wait. I hope it's good, because Pokepark 2 was good, but it felt like it needed a little bit more oomph to it. It needed a bit of a boost. Pokepark, the first one, was good. It had many explorable areas, like so many that you could explore through and everything. There were themes as well. So there you go with that. But Pokepark 2, it's like they sort of had themes, but it was like sort of, like not too many, but sort of. But anywho though, I'm gonna end out the video right here. I'm actually, like for anyone who watches this, I'm really happy to actually just say all what I had to say through my head, or yeah, say through all my head there, what's been on my mind and what's been going on with me lately. I probably will be making separate topics of, maybe my personal life probably in different videos, but anywho though, I hope all of you will enjoy this video and everything because it was really nice just to say, out what I had to say. But anywho though, I'll be ending up the video right here. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Leave a like on the video. Comment down below of your thoughts of this video. Because I'm even curious to, see what you guys have to say about this and everything. Like, what are your thoughts? Um, but most importantly, though, have a wonderful day and everything. This time, I know I usually say about the time zones thing and everything, but for this video, though, it's a special one. I'm not really gonna care. I'm not gonna care about the, the time zone thing or something. So, just have a wonderful day, everybody. I will see you on the next video whenever I can. Bye.